Welcome to the Good, the Bad, and the Sequel Q&A. My name's Doug. So this is our third annual Scary Sequel month. So of course, it's October. We got to start it off with a bonus interview that's going to go with our Hellraiser Inferno episode that's going to be out this Thursday with our horror sequel expert, Chris Egan, for the seventh time he's back. And this interview is so much fun. It's with Rachel Currence, who's an actress. She's in real estate. She models. She does it all. So we talk about how she went from doing these beauty pageants as a young kid and how she transitioned from that into acting and being on shows that are on Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, and then so much more. And then talking about real estate. And Rachel, one thing I loved about her was how important her mom was, because moms are important. Mom, if you're listening, I love you. You're the best. And moms are so important in your journey, and her mom is really important to her. So there's going to be a really funny thing that I want you to listen out for. One class that her mom made her take, and we had a lot of fun talking about that. And before I start the interview, please, first time here, welcome. If you're back for another time, new perfume and cologne. Man, you're doing it right. Please subscribe wherever you're listening and rate us. 5 stars would be great. And then also follow us on all social media at Sequels Only. And then we have a phenomenal website, sequelsonly.com, that has all of our amazing reviews and interviews that you'll love. And you know what else you'll love? This week's bonus interview with actress, model, and real estate entrepreneur, Rachel Currence.
Hey, oh my gosh, this looks so cool. Can I take a picture of this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, amazing. Very cool.
Sweet.
Cool. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, man. Thanks for saying yes. I love talking to all different types of people. And you, obviously, you have the acting, but modeling. And then it's pretty cool. It was like something you posted maybe on like Thursday, like a throwback Thursday, like real estate. So we'll talk about all about you. That's what this is about. So you grew up in LA, right?
No, I grew up in San Diego, La Jolla, to be specific. I've been in LA for a while, though. Yeah. So adulthood, you know what I mean? Like after 19, I moved to LA at 19. So after that, yeah.
So when growing up, obviously you're kind of like in the thick of it in a way. Just even being in California, it's one of those things. Like I'm in Jersey, but even people I know in California, people I interview, it's like you're not predisposed to it, but it's like so close. You like feel like that being on like the silver screen. How did that even come up? Is that something you wanted to do as a kid?
I won Little Miss Southern California. That opened the doors for the acting, really. Yeah. Yeah, the first Mighty Kids meal from McDonald's I did. Just a bunch of stuff.
So how quick did that change? Did somebody see you when you won and like approached you and your parents and say like, hey, she has a look and we have this commercial we want to do?
No, they referred us to an agency in LA, the Abrams Artist Agency. And so my mom drove me up, they signed me, and then that opened the doors for auditioning and, you know what I mean, film, commercial, television. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember your first audition?
Oh my gosh. I remember what I'm naming. Those were some of the first, Red Lobster commercial. Those were one of the first. We're talking about a long time ago.
Yeah. So did you always have a knack for like acting? Like, did you take any classes while you're doing this in the beginning?
Oh yeah, I took classes. I'm wearing my La Jolla Playhouse Conservatory shirt.
Nice. Represent.
And there, that was amazing. Very intense studying. I definitely did a lot of acting school and studying for sure.
So when was there a point? Because again, you're still young. Like I've interviewed people that were child stars, and then, it's like it happens so fast. You're growing up. Like even in, things happen so quick. So when you're doing all of that, was there a point that you're like, man, I really want to keep doing this? Or were you like, I just want to be a kid? I'm sure there was a good balance, but.
No, but you know what? Recently, I just was traveling the world. I was doing real estate. In the last couple years, I really was just doing a lot of travel internationally. I've been to like 55, 56 countries.
Sweet.
Yeah. So the last couple years, I kind of was just on my travel binge. But, COVID set my ass down.
Yes.
and I'm ready to, I miss it. I'm ready to get back in full swing, I think. Yeah. But not so much during childhood. During childhood, it really took off. I was really booked and busy.
So how did it come to? So you said you were on Parenthood. So some of the things, and it wasn't on your IMDb because it's never like completely accurate. So you were on Parenthood. Yeah, the first thing on your IMDb is Hellraiser, but obviously you're doing things before that.
Yeah, Parenthood's not on there, huh? Okay. Yeah, I was definitely on Parenthood.
Nice.
That was fun. I played the young daughter's friend on there. Was in a couple episodes of that. Yeah, it was a great set. I worked with Faison again on the New Edition story, which I did.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's on BET. Worked with him, and it was great seeing him again. You run into people that you worked with, and it's just so, it's just amazing. So yeah, that was awesome running into him from there. Faison Love.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little community, like actors. You got to think how many actors actually, you think that there's like a ton of people, but you run up to people, whether it be on auditions, because I'm sure when you're a kid going on auditions, you're like, hey, that kid again. Because I talk to actors and they're like, man, that guy looks just like me, because they're looking for a certain type. So They would know the people they're going against. Like I interviewed two guys that in the 80s and 90s, early 90s, every villain in every, like all action movies, they both were up for. And it's so remarkable.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. You would think it's so large, but you definitely run into the same people. And it's definitely kind of like a, it's definitely smaller than you think.
So in Hellraiser, so as you're like 10 or 11, so like you don't know what Hellraiser is, right? It's just a role that you're little girl in the rain.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
How quick was your scene and everything? Like, what was it like?
It was like a minute. I'm in the rain. Gosh, I did this movie so long ago. I'm in the rain. I yell out, "Mommy, wait, I'm afraid." It's kind of like he has this moment, the main character in the film, and it's just a moment where I'm all spooky, and like you said, I was very young at the time, and it's it's spooky. It's a great time to watch it. It's Halloween.
Oh yeah. So do you remember like the first time did you guys get together? And like, again, it's not a movie like when I was, I'm older than you, but like me growing up, like there was no like age to watch movies. Like my daughter, I would never let her watch some of the movies that I've seen as a kid, like Nightmare on Elm Street at the age of like 7 or 8. I saw and couldn't like sleep for like days and like scared. Like I could not imagine that happened to my daughter. But did you guys watch the movie like as a family and like watch your scene?
I don't even think I saw the movie until years later, to be very honest with you. It was just one of those things with Hellraiser. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's because my mom didn't want me to. I really can't tell you. This was so many years ago. But
yeah, no, I know.
I didn't see the movie till many years later.
It'd be really funny one night, like late after like partying or something, you're sitting on the couch, you're like, hey guys, that little girl looks like me.
A lot of my friends told me about it because it's like a big, there's different versions of it. It's like some people are really, really into the Hellraiser.
Oh yeah, this one is surprisingly, not surprisingly, but it's ranked like there's a ton of these movies.
Yeah,
it's actually ranked like the third best one. So we're excited to. So I've only seen like a couple of them because I remember they really grossed me out as a kid, but. We'll see.
Yeah. I got to know what y'all think. That's gonna be
yes. So from there, so there was like other roles that you had, and again, all this time, like whenever things are on IMDb, I'm sure you're still working. But even if you're not working, you're still auditioning and everything. So the next thing on your IMDb after that, there was like a couple shows, but your first, again, you had named roles before that weren't on there. But you were on True Jackson VP, which I never saw. But Keke Palmer, man, I'm surprised I never saw that show.
Really? Oh yeah, that was a Nickelodeon. That was a Nickelodeon. I was on Nickelodeon. That was a great set. Kiki's awesome. She is so friendly and down to earth and just so talented. Like she's a powerhouse. I had such a blast.
So between that, again, this is a huge gap. You were still on. Do you remember any of the shows you were on? So I'm sure they're just not on IMDb for some reason.
Oh, I mean, I did. I mean, I can't tell you the timeline, but I also did. Is Bosch on there?
Bosch?
Yeah.
Oh no, you were on Bosch recently?
No, well, in the last like 4 years I was on there, but then the part got cut, and then I was on Insecure, but then I had an allergic reaction, so that I couldn't film my part. That was recently. So there's some other stuff like you're saying, but shit happens.
yeah. Oh no, Bosch is awesome. My next interview that's coming out, I interviewed him like 4 months ago, but Troy Evans, who played he was the heavyset cop of Crate and Barrel, like the two detectives, and he's on that show, and he turned me on to that show after, because it's pretty good.
Yeah, I wish they kept my my part in there, but it goes like that sometimes.
Yeah, but hey, it's not like they don't give you the check. At least, So I've heard so many people that say like their part gets cut in like big movies, and they're like, it wasn't a big part anyway, but like, no, I guess that's Hollywood, right?
That's Hollywood. Gotta love it.
Yeah. So are you still, so we'll go back. You kind of mentioned like the New Edition story, which is really cool that you were in that, like involved in like a project like that. It's pretty groundbreaking that all those biopics, especially of the groups that have been done over the years, like the Temptations one was like amazing. And the New Edition one was awesome. So it was really cool to be able to be involved with something like that.
Heck yeah. Is that how you pronounce it actually? Biopic? I've been saying biopic.
I don't know. You might be right.
Okay, I don't know. But no, I know it's really cool. And the New Edition fans are die hard. Actually, a lot of people really still, love me from that movie. The New Edition fans are die hard. And they all love the guys in the film, the gentleman who played the New Edition.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, they have some diehard fans.
So is that the people that are like, that's what you get known for? Because I'm sure there's so many things that you're in that aren't on here that you get recognized for. People reach out like we did.
Especially people loved iCarly. That's a big, the kids love that. Kids, man, they love their TV. And iCarly, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
So when did you, obviously you're doing beauty pageants when you were young. All this time, are you still doing modeling in between like auditioning and obviously being a kid and going to school? Oh,
yeah. Well, okay. So when I started doing the acting, that's when the beauty pageant stopped, because I don't know. I don't really think it kind of, it's one or the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The beauty pageant people doing vice versa. It's you know what I mean? So when I started picking up the acting, I stopped the beauty pageants. And then so my mom would actually drive me back and forth to LA from San Diego. We would drive sometimes 2 hours for a 2-minute audition. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful to my mom. She had me doing ballet, hip hop, jazz, acting, everything you could think of, fencing. And, I'd be in school and the kids would say, Rachel, I saw you last night on TV. And you know what I mean? They would, and I just never wanted to talk about it. I'm shy, and you know what I mean?
Oh, wow. That's
awesome.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, oh yeah, that was me. But yeah, the kids would see me in school. We'd watch it. The teacher would sometimes on the weekend, Friday, play some stuff. So yeah, lots of commercials at that time. I was doing like a national, like every month. Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So why fencing?
Who knows? Yeah. I did fencing for a little bit. Can you believe that?
Maybe she thought there was gonna be like a teen Robin Hood that you could get cast for. You never know.
You never know. But that was very short lived. Yeah.
You should fence again. During the pandemic, get everything. You and your husband, you get all the gear and right in your apartment. Why not?
Yeah, our condo's really spacious. We bought it. We just bought it a couple months ago. Yeah, it's really spacious.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I might do that.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
So one thing I thought was pretty cool is where is this going to be out? Siblings. Is that going to be picked up by anybody yet? Or is it filmed at all?
It's filmed. It was slated for Netflix.
Wow, nice.
Yes. I'm not too sure, honestly, like what the status or deal with. I haven't really spoken to the crew or anything like that. I just
When did that finish filming?
That was a couple years ago.
Oh, wow.
About a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Cool story. I like the whole premise of it. Did you guys film a lot on location?
Yeah. That was
Sweet.
a fun set. That was like a humorous family show. Yeah.
Oh, nice. No, that'll be cool. Hopefully it gets picked up, especially when you have shows like that are doing, especially filming on location. It's not like it used to be. It's really hard because people want to be involved, like the people on the streets. Like you don't get like those shots of New York in movies anymore because you just can't steal shots like that anymore. It's like impossible. So it's pretty cool you guys are able to do that.
Yeah. Well, at that time too, you know what I mean? It was a lot of filming going on. Gosh, so much filming going on. So you would see more of that. I feel like homes.
Yeah.
But I mean, lots of residential filming, and that we filmed in a house for that. So that was easier at the time, residential location filming.
That's awesome. So are you still auditioning mid pandemic? Like any
tapes
in?
I haven't been. I'm gonna I gotta make some calls. But no, I'm definitely gonna get back into things. Like I said, I was traveling, I was doing real estate. I just was, had my hands in other pots, but acting my passion, I love it. And I'm gonna get back into it.
No, that's pretty sweet. No, the fact that you did it for so long, you've done like so many different facets, like TV, movie, commercial work. Cause like commercial work, it's like, let's get this done. Like you need to, just like filming movies nowadays, it's like back in the day, you'd have like those 14-day shoots because of budgets on the lower films, but even like bigger budgets are doing that now because that's how you save money. Like you're shooting like 12-hour days and.
Want to shop Walmart Black Friday deals first? Walmart Plus members get early access to our hottest deals. Join now and get 50% off a 1-year annual membership. Shop Black Friday deals first with Walmart Plus. See terms at walmartplus.com.
So now let's talk about the real estate because I think that was really fascinating. Seeing that it just so happened that the timing of it, you posted from like 5 years ago, I think it was your first. And I'm like, wow. So how does that start?
It was through somebody I knew. I got really fortunate. It was through who actually he's remodeling our home right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We did a flip together, and then he does beautiful homes. He does a lot of celebrity homes and things like that. So he's remodeling our home very beautifully. But
nice.
I got into it because of him. I would not, the type of homes that I'm doing. And at my age, a lot of people can't just, you know what I mean? So it's through who I know that,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all who you know, right? But so that started one of my first flips, the house you saw, that started with somebody I knew. And then that just opened the doors. Because when you do those types of homes, then you meet those types of people to get you into more opportunities. So that's how I started.
Do you like those shows, the flipping house shows?
I don't watch them, to be honest with you. I don't watch them. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, that's good. That's good. You got into this because that you wanted to do it and not because something you saw on TV.
Oh, no. I just always was into real estate, knowing that it's longevity. It's generation.
Oh, I know.
Like it's what you can depend on and count on in times of crisis and anything. So from a young age, I was just into investing. I invested in stocks young. I invested in real estate,
nice.
but the real estate was something interesting and different. You know what I mean? Like I show on my page some beautiful homes that I was a part of.
Yeah, that's a show. Maybe why not that? Flipping houses with you as the host And then the other, the person they can help out, and that could be like, why not?
I don't think. Not really a thing. If we're working like that, we just want to get it done and go home.
Yeah.
Shooting and all that. Home, and I'm just trying to go home and cook.
Yeah.
When I'm on set playing a part, not when I'm working.
Yeah. So do you have an ideal role if somebody came down to you, like some big time producer, director? Is there a particular like genre that you would like love to star in?
Like a badass. Remember the movie Colombiana with Zoe Saldana?
Oh yeah.
Like a kick-ass badass. Like, I'm all about woman empowerment. So something just badass.
Yeah.
Caroline, wins in the end. And, I've had a lot happen in my life, but I persevered and I kept strong and I'm tenacious. So I really love women who are strong, like Angelina Jolie, and women who give back, and women who help, women who make a difference. So something along those lines of a strong female character. You know what I mean? I admire that.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's why, like, me and again, not saying if we had a son, I would like throw the kid back, but I personally wanted a daughter because I'm like, this is, she is our future. I think of my daughter Emerson, and I'm like, she's the future. Like, we are doing whatever we can to make sure, because it's terrible. Like, when I think about growing up and the way people would talk about like gender roles, and I can't believe that in a world that we live in that's even a thought. So like every day I'm like, man, she can be she can do anything, and that shouldn't be like, when that's said, it shouldn't like be followed by like a punchline or anything, because it's like, it's ridiculous, right? Like, it's so hard to even fathom.
I know, but you can't even pay attention to that. You know what I mean?
No, I know.
You can't even like stuff like, I don't even, because they're small-minded people. Sorry, I don't know how to say that.
No, I agree.
I don't have tolerance for that. I only focus and keep my mind on positive. My attention span is on what matters. You know what I mean? And so thank God for women like Ruth Badger, God rest her soul. But she's another absolute hero that I admire and look up to. Her passing was obviously tragic, sad for the country, though she lived a long, amazing, fulfilled life. But no, she's someone that paved the way, right? Being the only woman in her class at Harvard, pretty much, and just everything she's done. My goodness.
I know, it's crazy. No, it is. No, it's absolutely crazy. But no, I love those stories. I love when it's the female. That's why I love horror movies. Like, I love all types of movies, but I always thought that was the greatest thing about horror movies, because they were always women empowerment. Obviously, they had the women victims, the male victims, but it was always a woman at the end. And it was like, wow, this is like, it's cool. I don't know if that's something that worked by one person, everybody copied it, or all of those writers all thought the same way. But I think that's the coolest thing about horror.
Yeah. I actually love horror too. It's like my favorite genre, pretty much. I love Halloween. I'm so sad, with everything going on, that I can't do the things I like to do. I love to go to the Fright Fest and Universal Studios Horror Nights. I'm so bummed about that, but it's what it is.
Are you still do you usually go all out with your costumes?
Oh yeah. So I'm still going to dress up. I'm still going to do. But all the other stuff is on pause. But yeah, no, I agree with you. The women do kind of prevail in the horror films, right?
Always. Yeah. I was just watching Friday the 13th Part 4, and I'm like, wow, this is like, I love those. I love all of them. Like, they're all amazing.
And then the woman, I love the Jeepers Creepers. I haven't seen the third one though, but I love the first two. So the woman wins, her brother gets killed and she wins, right? Like,
yes. Justin Long gets like, just ripped up. Yeah, and the girl's the hero.
Yeah,
see, there's something to it.
You're right.
So maybe a horror movie too you could be in.
Always up for that. I can scream so good. My scream is like the pitch. Everything is perfect.
So it was pretty cool, obviously, for you to like. I know you're happy that I reached out, like we reached out to you, but for you to just talk to us, anyone that takes the time, I appreciate. So it was cool. The timing of it, like Glenn Daniels, that casting director, that is like the most Hollywood interview I did, because all of the stuff that he talked about and just the process and the politics that go into casting and like auditioning. What was one thing that, you did it throughout, different stages of your life. Was there one thing that you dreaded about the whole experience?
Probably just kind of when, already having preconceived notions about the parts, or already kind of thinking who they may go for, or, and them already kind of having an idea already, but needing to audition, what I mean? Just for SAC regulations and stuff like that. So, that's probably the biggest.
Oh, I bet. It's like your agent's like, oh, you should go audition. And you're like, I know somebody who already has that part. It's like, you have to go through the motions and go there. But I really hope like when all this is over, you're able to just keep doing. Obviously, you were keeping busy. It's not like you were just like sitting there. You were doing the real estate. So it's just cool to have that passion all these years later, especially when you do it that young. I'm telling you, there's a lot of kid actors that are still going strong now in like their 50s, 60s when they started young. There's other ones that I've talked to, they just get kind of burned out because there's so much that you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's cool that you had a mom that would drive you and keep you grounded, get you in fencing to really like
that. You like fencing.
Yeah, I do love that. Kid, you gotta ask your mom that. Like, of all the there must have been something.
I don't know. I could call her. I have no idea. Like, I don't know.
Next time you talk to her, just mid conversation, Mom, I have a really important thing that I have to ask you, and then she'll be like, "Oh my God, what is this?" And then you ask about fencing, and see what her reaction is.
She wanted me to be multifaceted. You could say.
Yeah, no, that's
amazing. You know what I mean. Which I kind of am,
Yeah.
So, and then like you say, I'm still young, so definitely gonna.
You are super young.
Thank you.
You are.
Thank you.
But when you said it, the way people talk that have done a lot, like yourself, I forgot what word you used before. I'm like, she's 3 years younger, or 3 years younger than me. I'm like, come on. But no, it's great that you have that mindset because tomorrow's. My birthday was a few weeks ago, and there was this one quote. Thank you. So there's this one quote, and then a million people use the same quote, but it's like so powerful because the only two dates that matter in your life are like the day you're born and the day you die. So it's like all in like this little dash is like what your accomplishments are and what you're remembered for. So I like really took that to heart. So that's why like right now I try to do as much as I can, like interviewing amazing people like you and like writing screenplays, pilots, like doing everything I can just so when I get to that end time, when people look back at my dash, they're like, hey, this guy went for it.
Definitely.
Yeah. And you're legit going for it. Like everything that you do and have done and that you want to, I'm sure there's other things that aren't real estate, not like modeling, not dancing, not acting, that because you're multifaceted the way your mom raised you. So there's probably something else that you probably are maybe even thinking about now, or it's going to come up and you're going to crush it.
Thank you so much. I am actually getting back into ballet. That's another passion.
And I saw that video. That was cool.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I'm getting back into ballet. I've been, at home doing exercises and practicing. And it's surprisingly, the video, I haven't danced in years, but I still got it many years ago. I haven't done ballet in, I can't tell you how long, well over 6-7 years ago. But, as an artist, you just hold on to these things. And I did ballet every freaking day for 8 years for hours. I was the first Black Clara in the Nutcracker. I had to train for months from that, from pointing my toe, the same move over and over, similar to being on set, the same scene over and over, so I have a lot of discipline and tenacity and drive. So yeah, thank you so much. That's very kind, whether it's ballet or whatever. No, I just want to give it my all. Yeah. Passion. Passion's everything.
Like, why get out of bed if you're not going to give like 100% for something you're doing? Because somebody's going to see it, especially in the arts. And like, people are going to notice if you like half-ass it, like
Yeah. Hey, a lot of people are existing, sadly, you know?
No, I know. So here's a question I always like asking people before like we get close to the end. So if you weren't doing, obviously you're doing so many different things, but as a kid, did you have any like kid kind of like careers that you wanted to do? Like, did you want to be a doctor, teacher? Was there anything else that almost pulled you in that direction?
Huh. No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I just, no, now that I think about it. No, I think I was doing everything I wanted to do, you know?
Yeah.
I was doing everything I wanted to do. I was on set. Like I said, I was all over the Target stores. When you walked in, I'd be all over them.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
what was that like as a kid? Like the first time you went in, like obviously you were there for the photo shoot in the studio, but the first time like you walked into a Target and saw it, knowing you just from what you told me about when you were in class and kids were like, oh my God, I saw you in iCarly. And you're like, oh God. For that, I wonder if you were like ducking your head or like your mom was like, stand next to the
yeah, that's how my mom was. And I literally saw me, but then I saw an outfit and I cared about the outfit. And my mom was like, Rachel, like, get over here. Like, we got to send this to everybody back home. And I wanted this outfit. I will never forget that. It was this beautiful blue outfit. And that's really what my focus and what I cared about. And so, yeah.
That's cool. That's you being a kid. That's
this outfit. Yeah. You know, as kids, you know how it is. You know, you're just,
oh, yeah.
don't really care.
So we talked horror before. I always try to ask people, it's kind of on the spot, but is there any favorite like sequels that you have? I think you mentioned Jeepers Creepers 2, but are you like a fan of like the Halloween or Friday the 13th?
Final Destinations. Oh my gosh. I love Final Destination. Like, I swear 2020 was like a Final Destination movie. Like, what? Like, when we were counting down, what the heck? Nobody saw this?
So whenever I get on the highway, and I don't know if you're the same way, if I see a log truck, I think of the second, because that is like that whole thing with the Highway to Hell, and then that it's like, no, those movies are great.
Yeah, I love them. Final Destinations are awesome.
Rachel, you're awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you so much. You're very kind. Thank you.
No, it's true.
Really appreciate it.
No, this is fun. Rachel is so much fun. I didn't want to spoil it in the intro, but fencing, I really hope that I talked to Rachel not too long ago, and I hope she asked her mom about the fencing. I just love that whole part of the story, and I just love talking to her. She talks like she's been doing things for so long. It's just that she started her career so young, but I hope she gets back into acting. I hope the show that she just did gets picked up on one of the streaming services because it looks so interesting and the cast is great and she had a lot of fun doing it. So yeah. So don't forget your homework this Thursday, Hellraiser Inferno, watch it. And the rest of this month is so much fun. Toxic Avenger 4, which was an in-studio episode. Bride of Reanimator with Brian Usna, which is a director and writer, and he has some amazing stories. And then we finished the month off with Halloween 4 and an interview with Kelly Meeker herself, Kathleen Kinmon. So subscribe, and don't forget to review, rate, share our podcast. Follow us on all social media at Sequels Only, and don't forget to check out our website, sequelsonly.com. Good night.